Right, welcome back. Last time, some processes got derailed. Specifically, the whole lowering autonomy thing, so it's about the same as it was the start of last session. Yeah, I was unable to get through provincial reform because succession meant that my legitimacy collapsed again. And so autonomy rose again, and other issues. At the very least, I managed to repeal some of the reforms. Well, repeal some of the, not reforms, but privileges of the nobles, specifically taxes. Well, tax avoidance. I'm thinking about trying to lower the power in order to reform the military service. But that's going to require, yeah, provincial reform. At the very least, the tribes are almost gone. They're such low power that I cannot interact with them anymore, so at this point, it's just wait until they die out. So that's at least nice. Of course, I wasn't able to weaken the nobles quite as much as I did in the Kill Wall game, which is annoying, but nothing I can do about it right now. I think, yeah, that was all already embraced, but I have been teching up, and I also picked up innovativeness ideas in order to try to combat the negative effects of the lack of institutions. I'm hoping to also eventually work my way towards spawning global trade. I'm not sure if it exists yet in the world. Oh, come on. How? Have the requirements been reduced? No. Which leads me to believe England, English, Belgium. Have I not clicked on one of the French provinces to see what that is? Zealand. Okay, for some reason I can't see Paris. Okay, just click one of the French provinces. There we go. Yep. Great. They already have global trade, so I can't rely on that keeping them down. And, well, all that. So I've got to work my way around that. Oh, lovely. Oh, and Sukhothai has gotten a malevolent ruler. So their liberty desire is way higher than is higher than I would prefer. So they've started to become disloyal. I've been sizing up the military in the hopes of getting my army power, relative army power, high enough to get them to reconsider. But yeah, more legitimacy would be nice and helpful for that. Oh well, not much I can do right now. Just let time go on. Oh! The thing is, in order to get that institution global trade, I'm going to need exploration, and I don't want to do it via naval ideas, so I've been building up naval force limit by building up harborages. So my naval force limit is now 35. It was like 20 at the start of last session, and I'm continuing to build up coastal infrastructure for that, so progress is being made. Honestly, I've been focusing on river infrastructure too, for communication efficiency to further push down autonomy via the direct route, well, the indirect route of communication efficiency, rather than direct route of modifiers, I guess. Depends on how you define it. I think I'm strong enough to take them on. Yeah, with the expanded troop count that I have, well, maybe not, it's expanded. Inflated troop count that I have, in combination with that of my vassal, I should be able to punch through the enemy's power, especially since, oh, they're no longer allied with each other. Oh. Wait. I wonder what happened. Must have been a peace deal breaking alliances. My best guess, yeah. Well, that just makes this easier. Kutai has become a minor country with just one port. And I've got this navy, which is certainly bigger than either of theirs. I may have overbuilt it slightly, actually, but this massive navy will help a lot. Do I care about the current heir? Well, he could be better, so. So either I get a new heir, eventually, who will probably have a better claim, or I gain 30 legitimacy. I was hoping for the 30 legitimacy, but oh well. Apparently within months, the defeat is still rude enough so they might actually be willing to take this bestial beacon. That was quick. After that, some time to recuperate and then refocus my attentions on Ayutthaya. I'd like to take the Malay Peninsula before I try anything else. Because extra territory is just asking for issues. Besides, all this stuff is considered part of Southeast Asia anyways, so not helpful. However, Japan is considered part of the Pacific Islands, so I just need something there, and then I need to just build up. America would be easy to obtain provinces in, but it will take time to build up. In theory, I could go for Taiwan, but yeah, that's usually not the best of ideas. It's considered part of East China. I mean, it is entirely possible that the fact that I'm a tributary state may ward off some of the worst issues, but the thing is, the provinces are fairly poorly populated. Okay, actually they're very... We've got a decent amount of population. Yeah, there's about 150,000 people living here on the entirety of the island. Okay, that's workable. However, Moluccas would not be helpful at all. Indonesia in general would not be helpful at all insofar as global trade is concerned. Alright, I need to get Colombian goods at some point anyway, so my initial focus will be on colonizing the Pacific coastline of the Americas.
Thank you, Captain.
A cheaper artist. No, a cheap artist of higher skill. I'll take it. New heir! Let's see how terrible they are. Oh, that's actually better than the previous heir. And the claim is decent. Amazing. Don't you already have maxed out burgers? I think I checked this already. Yes, you do. Free loyalty. Oh, look, China's having fun again. To the south. Weird. Okay, so that updated. Fierce negotiator. Oh, that's why. What's their capital? Padang. So we'll just walk over to Spain. Castilla's here too. Great. Hi. Aragon is a permanent junior partner, and you also have Arbori as a junior partner. Still, okay. That's enough. Send some extra cash my way, and I will start looking into taking down MEIOU. Yeah, I don't need the spy network in here anymore. I think those count as overseas. Wait. Oh, 62%. Okay. If I time it right, I can get that fairly easily. Hopefully. Yeah, I can just do it later. Hopefully. I'm not sure on that, but sure. Good luck to getting to Keta though without ships. If you'd lack a navy. Assuming you'll lack a navy, actually. I'm not certain if that's the case, but spy network. Okay, let's see here. How much naval force limit do I have now? Yes! There it is. Exploration ideas. Okay. Time to unlock the expedition system after New World, far across the ocean. Actually, I've read this several times, haven't I? Naval force limit +3 leaders without upkeep +1 allows the recruitment of explorers and conquistadors. I think the most recent game where I did not pick up exploration ideas might be the Dithmarschen campaign. It would definitely be the campaign with well, what Mongol Alus used to be called before it was I guess localized like Kirim and the other Mongol tribes. Yeah. Okay, the race, colonists +1, expeditions. Enables expeditions unlocked with diplomatic technology as listed in the decision tooltip. Global settler increase +1. Most of these are fine. I don't think I really need these right now. The first three are what are important. I can leave the rest for later. In other news, my average non-overseas autonomy is low enough so I can reform, correct? Yes! Okay, first off, promote the bureaucrat faction. This is gonna get pricey. Yeah. Thankfully, I have plenty of points left over. 4 sovereign law and core jurisdictions. And formalize the administration. Oh, that's very costly in elite loyalty. I'll win some back with guaranteed livable salaries. But that is maxed out provincial corruption. I have not its literacy tests, and everything else requires more state reach than I have. Or bureaucratic influence. Yeah, I don't even have 40. Or enough executive authority. Yeah. Even if I wanted to do systematic rotation, which... Yeah. Anyway, promote support commerce. Donate to the church. I guess perform a of devotion as well. Oh, I should grab tech before I do anything else, because I no longer can afford the cognizant. Swivel cannons! Swivel cannons allowed artillery to react more quickly on the battlefield, making them much more powerful. In other words, they're capable of actually aiming left and right. Or was it up and down? Well, they can swivel. Enables leather guns for other people. And also the Star Fort. Mill Tactics plus 0.25, Artillery Fire plus 0.5. Artillery now have the same fire stat as infantry, approximately. In 2 levels it will become ridiculous though. Although next level the infantry will once again start to outpace them again. That will only last 1 tech. Poor law. With the growth of with the growth of cities came a growth in beggars. Beginning with England in 1601, countries established special taxes in order to provide relief for the poor. Distributed through local parishes, poor relief meant the most desperate had somewhere to turn when things were worst. Admin efficiency plus 5. Of course, those were the initial poor laws. Later ones were like, well, the Victoria 3 version of poor laws. Which I have a somewhat lower opinion of. Is that all that surprising, though? Anyway. Is there anything else? Yeah, I need to get stability back up, that's right. So, full grain provision. And I haven't actually interacted with the nobles. Great. Yield concessions, ancient liberties. How is peasant freedom? Maxed out. Okay, so I could do overlooked tenant abuse without too much issue. Can I even afford a drop in legitimacy? Sort of. Sure, to some unpopular relative. Oh yes, I'm definitely getting a lot more manpower from volunteers than from anything else. Noble dues. My lifeblood. Very well. Or what is the other joke? Injected directly into my veins, please. Jeez, plus 70% from lack of institutions. At least academia is going to be something that I can obtain. Oh, and meritocracy is spreading. Okay, that's at least good to know. Via trade, if nothing else. Yep, definitely trade. I am, in fact, approaching the point where I could invent it, although I don't have the specific reforms for it. I need civil examinations 2 and means of recruitment 3. Oh, my ruler needs to have at least 3 admin skill. Haha, no. Not the case here. Actually, stability is kind of a non-issue, isn't it? Another jump can't hurt, so. Especially considering what I plan on doing soon for 45 is to start lowering noble power, which tends to have negative effects on stability. At least I figure it should be fast enough for my needs, right? Yeah, I'm not actually certain. My manpower quantity suddenly spiked. Guess something must have gotten more efficient. I want to have more control over this trade node. During Malaya doesn't have any more provinces when that will cement my power there. Now, the question I'm wondering about. 0.5% power. But they already have less power than they previously did. It should drop enough by the time 1650 rolls around, if I time it correctly. Okay, state, state core. There we go. I mean, this is all one state, yeah, it's all Ligor. This portion is all Tenerisum. Kera, Kelantan, Malacca, and Singapura. Okay, so Malacca's capital, where does it sit? I'm not saying the flag with a crown on it. It's over here. Well, I don't actually need all that much. Surprisingly, it is actually enough for what I want. I want all of Ayathai's provinces and all the provinces that consist of that trade node. For now. Later on I will ask for more because I have to expand after all. But otherwise this is fine enough for me. I can't expand too far because of unrest issues. And this seems good enough for now. No, just no. I just need enough for subject. Okay. Let's see here. Yep. Now the real question is, can I get enough bureaucratic influence? Probably. I have 28. Yeah. Even if it's still the +10 from... Okay. We can finally do full military reform. So we can finally fix the issue of inconsistent manpower since we can go to proper conscription, which will make my manpower extremely consistent, and I will no longer need to rely on the nobles or the burghers except for the cheapest of their troops. Further reform. Enact. This is extremely costly in mill points though, and for that reason I no longer can afford this, but manpower reform is just too good. I cannot pass it up. Especially since it also lowers the gravity of the nobles. There's another step towards allowing me to wean myself off of their power and ignore them more and more. Make them an ever weaker portion of the structure of the government. No, legitimacy is too valuable right now. Considering I just got a massive drop from reforms. Especially since I plan on doing tax reform next year. No, next decade. Let's support commerce. Donate to the church. Probably should keep the prestige up. For the same reason. Full grain provision to get stability. Because that's going to be low, especially now, and that's actually going to be problematic because now there's just a lot more provinces with unrest issues. Sub-Zero unrest here. Oh, non-core. Yeah. Right, the non-core effect. Dude, I should grab any tech now. The Baroque period. A new school of art which used detail to produce grandeur and exuberance. It helped to repopularize ecclesial art in Europe after the Reformation. Stability cost interval -1%. The quadrant. In 1631, Pierre Vernier invented the quadrant, a device that could calculate angles accurate to 1 minute of arc. This level of accuracy gave a line of position within a nautical mile of the navigator's actual position, making both travel and maps even more accurate than before. Oh, God. Naval force limit plus 5%, MEIOU discontent, colonial range plus 50, trade range plus 100. Goldsmith Bank, I need that. Extra promoted culture slot. Malayan is going to be a very large culture inside of my country, so... Heck, I already have... I would not be surprised with the... Okay, so the number is definitely over 50. I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to 100 than it is to 50. Even if it doesn't show up here. So. That will help keep the Malayan Peninsula under control, too. Oh, that also means that I can go ahead and move my structure to my regional military to regional garrisons, which further increases army professionalism. Right, what was I talking about? Goldsmith ganking. Merchants who wanted to store their gold usually turned it to the royal mint to safeguard it. When the King of England seized this gold as a forced loan, they began to search around for other options. One popular option was to use the private vaults of goldsmiths, who needed to protect their wares from thieves. The goldsmiths who would store gold for some merchants and write promissory notes to others, earning them a profit on the interest and so becoming bankers. Trade efficiency plus 1%, settler growth plus 2, enables 2 decker. People other than me, right? Yep, okay. I don't think it's... well, I used to think it wasn't possible for me to get heavy ships as kill wall, but then suddenly I could build them. I wonder if there's a point where I can do that as well. The next tech level also gets me advanced Casus Belli. So. Keep going for Pacific Mexico. I can't fail every time, can it? Yeah, this would be a good point to stop. Let's see here. Can I afford this? Yeah, easily. Petition of Right. In 1628, the Petition of Right established the illegality of taxation without the consent of Parliament in England. This seemingly insignificant act nevertheless set the incredible precedent of limiting royal authority. Allows another group of ideas. Which I'll make standing army, since now that I have an actual standing army, a lot of these effects are going to be very helpful. Volunteer and enlistment mana cost minus 10%. Ooh boy. Manpower recruitment cost minus 10%. All that stuff is going to be helpful. Of course, I'm going to need it for tech. I should also grab the next Diplotech. Fractional banking. As they wrote promissory notes lent out gold to merchants, goldsmiths noticed that they rarely asked for the actual gold those notes were based on. Some began to lend out more notes than they had gold. Unless most of their depositors asked for their money back at the same time, it was a way to make far more money from the same amount of gold. It should come as no surprise that this system spread rapidly in the 17th century. Allow client states and which are, I think, are fairly broken in MT. I've never tried using them, but they were definitely broken in 2.5, and I think they were even more broken in 3.0. Trade efficiency plus 2% enables a bunch of new ship types, one of which is the Red Seal ship. Okay. Bureaucratic advice. Oh, I don't have a bureaucratic advisor anymore, do I? I need the points too much to do that, though. discipline buff is actually going to be fairly easy. Okay, there we go. And now I just need to boost the influence of the... Direct the bureaucracy. There we go. Promote the bureaucratic faction. Can't do anything here. But... I should actually check a few rights reforms. Yeah, I fulfill the requirements of everything here, so I can go straight to maxing out the direct taxation. I even have enough admin for that. There we go. Of course, it also destroys my stability entirely, but it is a great success. And I need to provide grain. There we go. Yield concessions, danger liberties. Let's not burn legitimacy. Promote and support commerce. Perform a show of devotion. And that should be good for now. I've unlocked exploration ideas and started doing expeditions. I've decided the best option would be to go after Mexico. I've gotten one success, and it was against English Mexico, so... not particularly helpful. I've been hoping to get a hit on the native provinces, who have about enough tech levels so that I actually stand a better chance of hitting them with the expedition system, at least some of them. Okay, English Mexico is actually a bit further behind than Zapotec and Pachacuaro. What about Quetzalcoatl, though? Oh, jeez. Fine, I guess keeping up in tech isn't nearly as hard as it used to be. However, most importantly, I have undergone military org and service reform. So now I have a hybrid military. I do plan on moving to career soldiery soon enough, which will further reduce noble investment into feudal levies. But more importantly, it would make the military more efficient. So we'd have to weaken the nobles in order to do that and get a third military idea group complete. But yeah. I've also moved to enlistment, so actual conscription, and that has exploded my available manpower. So I've been able to more than double the size of the army to no major ill effect. There is the fact that I'm going to have to work towards other things. I can actually fight Bengal now on a relatively even footing. In fact, better than even footing, because there's my subject of Sukhothai. In fact, I have started expanding down here because of a peace deal between Malacca of these two that involved them breaking their alliance, and so they're no longer allied. Which, combined with recent reforms in the military, means that they're very, very good targets. The both of them. Plus, now that I have advanced capabilities, I can go anywhere. In fact, if... okay, I don't think I can manage to make it over there because I just don't have line of sight. I'm not sure if I can probably recruit here, but not in sufficient numbers. In any reasonable amount of time to do that, so... I'll probably focus on establishing dominance in the region in order to ensure that the Europeans don't get too much of a foothold here. Of course, it might be helpful if they actually do that, because global trade is going to become so difficult to obtain, and Europe already has it. India, the entirety of India, Indonesia counts as part of Southeast Asia. I could also work Japan into it, but Taiwan's already been taken. I could work Japan into it. And there is North Asia, but North Asia is extremely difficult to work with. Siberia is just an awful location insofar as trade is concerned. So, it's not something that would be easy. Plus, most potential directions for expansion are not going to be exceedingly good for trade purposes insofar as this region is concerned, so... Yay! I'm gonna go start expanding into India, as I've said. Ceylon wouldn't be terrible to get provinces in. Yeah, if I get just one of these, it would be enough trade value easily to fulfill my needs. But that's not easy. I have decided on standing army ideas, but I haven't actually picked anything out of it, so... It is possible that I change that. Then there's also the issue of academia, but, well, it's not going to be an issue all that much longer. After all, I am inventing it. I have also fulfilled the spread requirements for meritocracy, so my first province will obtain it very soon, and it is spreading via trade with China, but only in some provinces. China, there's hardly anyone that cares about this node, so I'm not going to get in my two most important provinces. But I have continued working on infrastructure. So Angkor now has a rank 2 capital, and it's working on getting it there to rank 3. Which will severely help with communication and reduce the autonomy of the area, making it easier, making it better when it comes to taxation. Otherwise, I think that's actually about it. I've also accepted Malayan as a culture because, yeah. This teal color is all Malayan. Which just goes to show how far it has effectively spread. So, I can get the entire peninsula and it would still not be all Malayan provinces. Oh well, I think I have gone on long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then.